Right, well, now the fun bit. I'm going to have to make 4 of these straight trestles, so I'll just get on with that. And if you want to see a video on just how tedious and tricky putting these together is, then that's actually in one of my layout updates. Suffice to say, I won't put you through that again. Okay, so after a lot of time and work, I now have 4 of these trestles. They actually didn't fit the rail I had, so I had to slightly cut down these Kato conversion tracks. But it beats me. I just don't understand why the conversion track, the fish plates are on the wrong side. Anyway, that's done. Let's see if these ones fit. No, they still need cutting down by about 5 mil. So I shall do that. Come right back. Okay, so I think this is how it's going to look. So the track converters go there. I'm not quite sure how to deal with this Kato gravel, as it were. The underlay goes up to here, or maybe it goes to there, I'm not sure. Then I think I may need a strengthener here. And the same with the Kato gravel there, and of course there'll be a middle pier there. And so altogether that should look a bit like that. It's pretty good. I'm quite pleased with it, but unfortunately it was an awful lot of construction work, much more than I anticipated. Let's see how we can fit that onto the layout. Now we prepare the bents and braces. Well, that's one. That took a lot longer than I expected. On to the next one. Wow. And there's still tiny bits of swarf on it that I need to cut off. That took quite a long time. And you've got to use different methods of cutting, and some things are easy to cut from the back and some are easy to cut from the front, so it's not straightforward at all. Plus this piece is very, very delicate. You can feel it, how delicate it is. Wow. These are quite a bit stronger, but still delicate. See, there's lots and lots of, what do you call it, flash, swarf. You have to very carefully cut it away. Okay, so very carefully we attach the X braces to the vents one at a time. Fortunately, it's actually not too difficult because there are grooves on the inside of the model, and the rivet detail is on the other side, although it's actually on both. They say it's on one side, but it's on both. But there are moulding marks here, so that goes on the inside, I would assume. Yeah, you can see the rivet detail there. Wait for that to dry, attach the other two, and then square them up. Okay, so the third side is on. I'm just going to let that set up. Okay, so I'm going to add the last piece, but quite annoyingly, if you look at it, there are actually injection mark details on both sides, which is a bit naughty. There is rivet detail there, and on the other side. So the instruction says rivet detail only on one side, but actually it's on both. Anyway, I'll add that, and then we shall square it up. And we have the finished tower, which when it's painted up and weathered, I think it's going to look absolutely brilliant. So yeah, very nice. Okay, so this is what we have now. We have spray painted or weathered the bridges. There's still masking tape over the top of that one. That is going to look, I can tell you, absolutely spectacular. I'm hoping that the bridge at the back just kind of hides that a little bit. That really does look spectacular, and then we'll have the two lower bridges here. And because they're trestle bridges, as in these, they don't take a lot away from the front scene because they're very almost unobtrusive, but that is spectacular. I'm very much looking forward to finishing the foam and then starting next stages to install the foam, well, keep installing the foam and start cutting and shaping the foam. Really, I have to do it over there as well. I also have to construct that temporary crossover. It's like a sort of tunnel, because the bridges simply won't go. There won't be enough clearance. So a tunnel is the only way to hide that, and it doesn't need to be very big. Now adding lots of foam to build up the embankments. I do this with foam on wadded up paper. Okay, now as you can see, I've started the process of carving the foam and shaping the foam. I find this is best done with a hot wire foam cutter, like this one here. Although you do have to mind the fumes. It can be not very good for your health. But basically, the foam doesn't have to be shaped too detailed way, because effectively you're going to cover it with plaster cloth anyway, and then you're going to apply the rock molds. So it has to be the right general roughed in shape. There are some modelers who go to nth detail to get the foam in a very detailed shape. You really don't need to do that. The plaster cloth will take some detail off anyway, and then you will apply the rock molds, as in this guy here that I've started to modify and patch up, and that will have the rock detail on it, but it does have to be the right shape. So that's the next stage.